most evil live stream ever. I've seen this in my sub box. Let's see.
He's a very popular Japanese game show, tortured a man
I'll watch,
for
like,
a year and broadcast it
I'll
every
see.
Sunday night. This isn't like reality TV where it's all fake and scripted, not to ruin Christmas for all the believers out there. This was legitimately torturing another human being for the sake of entertainment. And it was
tired with no
extremely
food in my
popular,
stomach.
averaging 17 million
Give me some
views
ass.
every Sunday night that they'd play the clips.
Pussy, something.
That's absolutely massive, even by today's standards. It's more viewers than the last 4 years of the NBA Finals and the World Series. And obviously more than most television shows get. For reference, The Boys season premiere got around 8 million viewers, and according to YouTuber Atrocity Guide, who also covered this story, the most viewed episode of Game of Thrones got around 16 million viewers, so it even beats that. Just an absolutely massive success, but it doesn't stop there. The producers knew there was still
It's almost 7
milk left
a.m.
in those
here.
teats, and they wanted
Aren't you in
to suckle.
London?
So they actually turned it from just a weekly broadcast
Vo is in, like,
into a
Montana or some
full-blown
shit.
live stream where you could log on online and watch him suffer in real time. So whenever you were just feeling particularly quirky, you could hop in there and watch a man be miserably tortured for the better part of a year.
What
Doesn't
the
that sound like
fuck?
fun?
Can
What
I
a
even
great way
watch
of
this?
starting
What
the
is he
day.
about to
Nice
show,
bowl
bro?
of cereal and milk
You
for
better watch a
breakfast
nigga
and watching a man's
balls
sanity
getting stomped on
slowly
or something?
deteriorate as he dances around naked in absolute agony. Wonderful.
Bro,
This
what
is
this?
the story of Nasubi. As I briefly mentioned, another YouTube channel named Atrocity Guide made a great video on this topic, but I wanted to go even deeper.
You're from
So
Wolverine.
we, Caleb,
Huh?
Chelsea, and I really did a fucking thorough
Whoa.
deep dive, spreading the foul cheeks of this situation wide open, going
Fuck
through
is
live
WV?
streams, all of the broadcast clips, in order to really get a handle on just how vile this whole thing was.
You're a
So let's
liar,
begin.
bitch.
In
Shut up, man.
1998, a popular Japanese game show named Susanoo Dimpa Shonen held a raffle to find their next contestant for an upcoming show they were working on called A Life of Prizes.
This better be
Nasubi
the
ended up
hold
winning the
on.
lottery and was ecstatic.
Hold the
He believed
fucking
this was
phone.
going to be a big
This better be interesting, nigga. For me to say for 40 minutes, I'd probably watch this off stream.
break
but
for him since
on
he was
stream,
also an
it's
up-and-coming
different.
comedian, and he was escorted
West
to
Virginia,
a
I forgot.
small
You did tell me
apartment,
that.
where he was then instructed to take off all of
But
his
fuck
clothes
nowhere,
in
still.
order to participate in the game. The challenge was he would have to survive in this apartment on nothing but his winnings from sweepstakes. They only provided him
boring.
with water,
Shut up.
and he was told that he would not be allowed to leave or communicate with the outside world or have any access to anything that he didn't directly
Shut
earn
your mouth.
through magazine sweepstakes.
No more YouTube on your own. Shut up. What do I do the whole day? Watch nothing? You want me to sit there and stare at the fucking wall?
He was told that he'd need to win
I'm gonna
1
lose it.
million yen, which at the time, 1998,
You want me to
was
just
right
beat
around
off to my
8,000
imagination? No,
US
I'm gonna
dollars,
watch.
through only mail-in magazine sweepstakes in order to complete the challenge and be released from the room. And yes, this does include food. They didn't provide him with any food. The only
No
food he'd have
food.
access to is the food that he earns through mail-in sweepstakes. It just feels like there were better odds of a bird
type of
carrying
shit is this?
$10,000 in its mouth crashing through the apartment window than actually earning 10 grand through mail-in
Watch your
sweepstakes.
femboy porn.
This shit is like something you would actually hear of like fucked
That's
up
a solo
prison guards
endeavor.
at Guantanamo Bay doing as like a joke or something. It's so cruel and brutally difficult. But Nasubi
did it to
did
himself.
actually pull it off. It took Nasubi 335 days total to finally make enough money
year?
to be released from it.
Damn.
Or at least so you'd think.
That's
This is actually only the
hell.
tip of the iceberg here, but I just want to give you the story in a nutshell. And I also want to
Hell.
explain the name Nasubi, because that's not actually the contestant's real name. His actual name is Tomoaki Hamatsu. The name Nasubi actually means eggplant. And he got this because the producers
ass
used
mouth.
an eggplant to censor
Could've
his
said
genitals
Big
for the
got some more
broadcast.
money.
And they also said that his head resembled the shape of an eggplant. The whole point of the Susanoo Dimpa Shonen broadcast here was to laugh at Nasubi. And people were. 17 million.
Wait. Didn't we say an 18-minute vid was too long? Why are we watching a 40-minute vid? What is happening? Hold on. What's going on? Didn't we just say a 18-minute vid too long? Now we're watching a 40-minute video? What the fuck is going on? Speak to me. What happened to that? What is happening? I almost forgot. You thought I was gonna fucking forget, didn't you? Huh? You're not slick, bro.
Having an old hoot and a holler, real side-splitting comedy, watching a man be
4 minutes in. That's not far at all.
believed that he was being recorded and that the clips were going to be re-edited and broadcast for TV. So he would come in and like update people on what he's doing. Like, I just won this can of cat food. I just won this bicycle, and then he'd like dance around and try and make it entertaining. But he never knew that he was being live streamed the whole time. He was under the impression that it was just going to be moments from the challenge. Not that every excruciating second of this challenge was being broadcast.
Every second.
Extremely fucked situation. And this is just the bare outline of it. What I want to do for this video is actually go through a lot of clips and moments from this live stream and the broadcast, as well as just everything surrounding it, because it is so baffling. It is.
If I watch Jubilee, it has to be, I don't know, bro.
Bizarre.
I don't know.
That this
Jubilee's not like that, bro.
Happened.
I'll watch it and go watch Jubilee.
Vsauce did a video on what happens to the mind when you're cut off from stimulation in the outside world for an extended period of time. And unsurprisingly, it is so psychologically damaging to be completely alone and isolated like Nasubi was. And Vsauce only did like a few days.
Show every ounce.
Did over a year, 15 months total.
Jesus Christ. What is this? What is this? Casting couch? Wow, what is this? They have him stripped naked in here for years.
This was Nasubi's first big win, a fat dubski. He was able to secure 12
Bruce watch Jubilee.
fiber
Imagine me watching another nigga watch
jelly
something.
is. I've never heard of it in my life. That sounds like a made-up substance in the movie Snowpiercer. But it was huge for Nasubi because it's his first bit of food since this started, so he was extremely hungry and was able to get some nutrients. This wasn't the first thing he applied for, though. The first sweepstakes he was entering were for clothing items. He wanted to cover up, obviously, because being naked is going to be cold, uncomfortable, especially since it's being filmed. So he had applied for an apron first.
The Discord is dead, nigga. Fuck the road. I would have to sign on my porn Discord. I don't feel like signing on that shit. I need to keep it handy. Just go in there, I might slap by, and I hit you.
Obviously, since Nasubi was trapped in isolation, cut off from the rest of the world, he cherished every single knock at that door. It was the only bit of human interaction he gets. So he'd get excited, and of course he's expecting to win something, since why else would someone be knocking at the door? So he gets really hyped up, like, hey, finally something came that's going to help me get closer to completing this challenge, or maybe it's food and I'm starving. But that wasn't always the case. Like in these two clips here, sometimes it was just fucking...
But I'm not gonna lie, the only thing I'm focused on is how this nigga's beard connects, and mine's doesn't, and it's pissing me off.
Cruel, where a postman knocked on his door just to let him know that he needs to put his name on the mailbox. I got a flight reaction beard. I should get laser surgery. And then also someone put the wrong address for a ramen delivery, so he couldn't even have the ramen after smelling it. Like, it was just really sad to see.
I stream at midnight, bro. My schedule is next. Taking bong grips of what, heron? Only bong grip I'm doing is out of bitch ass.
Finally, it seems fortune's looking up for Nasubi here. He's able to secure 5 kilograms of rice. But then things get heartbreaking when he realizes
he have a kitchen?
He has no way
he can't cook it? He can't cook the rice. He's gonna be eating chips. The fucking rice.
So he just has 5 kilograms of rice that he can't cook. It's fucking terrible. You know, like it's a treasure that you can't have. So he gets desperate and he starts resorting to eating the rice.
I'll rip a bitch fart. Bitch queef and fart in my face. Only rice good. This is sad. Why don't you just eat the rice plain? Fuck it. Fuck it. No, please don't show his ass, bro. Don't get me banned. Ew, what did he just make? How did he?
Unable
did he
to
cook
continue
it?
eating the rice raw, Nasubi knew he needed
Oh,
to
it's
find
raw.
some way to cook it, so he went full fucking Jimmy Neutron.
I'll be throwing that
here.
rice back like it's
He
sunflower
hatched an idea
seeds.
to put the rice into one of the jelly fiber containers, and he put hot water in it, left it out overnight, hoping to make it somewhat cooked. As you can see in the clip, he said, even if it's gruel, just make it into something. It didn't work at all. So he came up with another plan
made it
to
soggy.
put it in the fiber jelly container, put it in the hot water, and set it next to the gas burner. So that way it would kind of cook it by proxy. And this worked. It was able to cook the rice, and now he had an efficient way of actually eating that rice that he won.
Oh, why does he have to be naked? What type of humiliation is this?
Slowly
You
but
know that
surely,
room
Nasubi
fucking
was chipping away at
smells
that
so
million-yen
bad.
goal, winning more and more prizes, such as a bicycle, which on the surface seems pretty useless since he couldn't take it outside, but he turned it into a stationary bike, and I'm sure that was like a good way of stimulating him, because what the fuck else are you gonna do? So he'd eat his watery rice while pedaling on the bicycle, and he started gathering more and more winnings. It started to look like my fucking dorm room from college, just a bicycle and all kinds of miscellaneous shit all over the place.
So they just sending him.
お米の炊き方98年3月版ニューバージョンです。
Oh, a rice cooker. No, that's a can.
He also upgraded his whole cooking operation by using a pin and a can of sake. He was able to create a
He's
pretty
so
efficient cooking apparatus, so he was able to make rice more efficiently. He was even able to cook spaghetti now. So he was really like climbing up the tech tree here by just being an absolute fucking genius. And it's also worth noting, some of the more useless things he won, like the bicycle, wasn't entirely
Not
worthless
useless.
because that helped increase the value of
Exercise.
his winnings, bringing him closer to that million-yen mark. So even if he couldn't get a ton of usage out of it directly, just having it in the room was beneficial because it gets him closer to being done with the challenge.
瞬間が訪れようとしている。
Is that a bitch?
しかし、
Bro,
ちょ
cut
っ
this
と
out.
厳しいね。
You're getting fucking
ね
bad.
ちょっとね。
What is
Now, it's been
this?
about 2 months in this clip here,
He's
and
putting on
according to
Bruce's
Atrocity
draws.
Guide, Nasubi submitted 5,748 sweepstakes entries in the first month. So you can imagine that he's right around that 11,000, 12,000 sweepstake entry ballpark, and he is just now winning his first article of clothing, which are used panties from someone named Hitomi-chan.
Used?
I want to say I had
Do you
no
think I
idea
wanna
the
get
used
monkeypox
panty
on my
market
balls?
spanned this far back in time. This is 1998. I thought soiled
Ugh.
panties, used socks, and bath water were things women started selling within the last decade to
niggas
take
been
advantage of like
freaks.
internet sales. I had no idea that this was a popular
they got a
market all the way
vending
back
machine
into the 90s. But
with
anyway,
panties,
Nasubi wins
used
these
panties
panties.
in
It's his only
Japan?
article of
Is that a
clothing he's
myth?
won so far, but they don't fit,
Niggas been sick.
unfortunately.
名前つけてあげないとね、かわいそうだね。そうだ。ナスビのお友達でビーナス。ビーナス
ナスビ、ビーナス連れて初めてのお散歩。
お散歩。
I found this one to be extraordinarily sad, so still around 2 months now.
that's-
He's had no contact with any human beings
Nah, it is
aside
real.
from
It's
the
real. I knew
delivery
it.
guy
I
just
knew
dropping
it.
off
I'm
his
the first nigga in line
He
every
wins
day.
a
I need
stuffed
to move to
seal, which he
Japan.
names
Fuck it.
Binasu, and
Oh my
takes him
God.
for a walk. It's his only source of companionship.
I'm putting that shit in the
That shit just
bong. I'm
breaks
ripping
my
that
heart to
motherfucker
see. I'm not gonna lie.
till my lungs collapse.
5枚の肉。
貧乏芸人の日常生活においてステーキの4文字なんて想像だにしなかった。
肉をボールペンに刺して炙り始めた。
What did you say?
5分後。
美味しそう。
ナスビにとって最高級の食べ物、
See,
ス
it's
テーキを
bearable
今
now.
まさに食べようとす
I
る
thought
瞬
that
This
nigga
is
just
his
said
first
nigga.
time winning a direct source of protein.
heard
Up
that
until
means
this
what
point, his
or
diet was
something?
mainly just the rice and like spaghetti. So he'd be getting
See, now
trace
he can
amounts of
live.
protein, but never something
good.
like steak. His macros had to be so fucked from this, but he finally gets steak, and he cooks it by using a ballpoint pin to cook it over the direct
A
flame.
pin?
And he gets to eat it and is super
I thought that
happy
was a
about it.
fork.
I'd also like to highlight something in that note he wrote. He said, in the life of a poor comedian, he's only used the word steak in his imagination. I think this is big because prior to this challenge, Nasubi wasn't a popular.
I told you
comedian
gonna
in
fall asleep
Japan.
long ass
He wasn't
video, nigga.
well off or anything
Now you gonna
like
sit
that.
through this
He-
bitch.
you
We
know,
already
he-
in.
This was his big break, which is
We
why he
already
was
in,
so
bro.
excited to be part of this show. And then
Want me to put the blanket on
it's
you?
tortured.
Tuck you
It's
in?
so fucking
We already in
cool.
this bitch.
Like you can't
I got
help
you.
but feel absolutely horrible for this guy.
当たった。
電車で電車で電車で電車でガッ
さらに
専用コントローラー好き
運転手はナスビ車掌はビーナスってな風に
かな
加熱しないで食べるつもりだ。
Eating what uncooked? I didn't hear that.
ナスってな風に
かな
運転手はナスビ
What the
さ
fuck?
らに
専用コントローラー好き
運転手はナスビ車掌
They
は
give him a
ビーナ
George
スってな風
Foreman
に
grill? Or what's the try?
加熱しないで食べるつもりだ。
I don't know what the hell he's eating.
全然いける
It looked like I got my
Okay.
glasses off. I can't see a
すべ
fucking
てヴィ
thing.
ーナス君のおかげだ
He wins a PlayStation game as well as a special controller for it, but he doesn't have a PlayStation or a TV to play it on. He
They
then
don't
also
show.
wins raw pork and raw crab
Raw
and
pork
eats it
and
raw
crab, that's what it
because he didn't really have an efficient way of cooking.
Man, they showed a
those.
train and talked about
And
that nigga
you can
eating
see
it raw.
that he
Like,
talks
what?
a lot to the stuffed seal. This is very much like a Castaway situation with Wilson. When you're deprived of human contact for as long as Nasubi has been, you start to try and find ways of
I was
being
gonna
social.
say he gonna
Humans
name
are
the
social
dog
creatures
Wilson.
by nature, which is why it's so torturous to be deprived of that. It's fucking brutal. It's been right around 3 months by this point, and he is not even halfway done to the 1,000,000 yen goal.
My nigga. 3 months?
3ヶ月ぶりの掃除スタート。
テレビですテレビまあ
He
一
already
一話
lost it. Look at him.
アップするよこれで
そのものとは
歯ブラシと歯磨きのセットです
He's able to win a vacuum cleaner, which enables him to clean the room for the first
Damn,
time
that
in
nigga
3
really needed
months,
that. He
and
was
then wins
fogging
a
the
TV,
camera.
which would have been great because he'd
Damn.
finally have some source of entertainment.
Get him a
but
2-pack at least.
Unfortunately, since there was no antenna, it was useless because it would only play static, and he still didn't have a PlayStation that play the PlayStation game that he won.
Bruh,
So
I
the
thought he got a
TV
place.
was just a source of fucking white noise, I suppose. And then he finally gets something really, really useful, which is a toothbrush and toothpaste, which lets him brush
He
his
really
teeth
needed that.
for the first time in 3 months.
So,
白衣を着た人現る。
健康チェックに来ただけです。
全く問題ありません。
absolutely no
ナスビさんは
problems
健
in his
康であ
health.
ると
Yeah,
認め
he's
ます
eating 200
There's one
calories a day.
component that
Nothing
I
wrong.
always see
It's
left
cap-
out for all of the publications or videos that talk about the horror of the Nasubi story. They actually had a doctor come in and check up on him. The staff wanted to make sure that he wasn't like on the brink of death or that he hadn't contracted any like serious disease or anything. So they had a doctor come in.
I can
take his
relate.
Vitals.
That's
also
why my
did, like,
room
a
hot
blood
as
and
fuck
urine
right
test,
now,
or
and not
so they
brush my
claim,
teeth.
And then gave
Did
him a
not.
clean bill of health.
Not yet.
Now, assuming that that's all legitimate and not just, you know, theatrics for
Always
the
jack
television
off before
program,
that.
I would still
'Cause I'm about
say
to clean-
this
it's
doesn't
gonna
take into
go
account
in my
the
mouth
actual
anyway. I gotta
torture this
clean-
man is
like, clean it
enduring.
out,
Like,
shit.
even if his vitals are okay, he doesn't
Yes, I
have a
taste my own
disease
nut.
or any
Shut
like
up.
big alarming health concerns. This is a man that has been deprived of sunlight, socialization, entertainment, and just basic human needs for 3 months by this point. So even if all of the blood work and all of that is within normal limits,
His
this is a
mental
man
is
who is
fucked.
still very much not okay. And to try and make it
What do you
seem
mean,
like,
what?
no, everything's great, Nasubi's
not
happy,
weird.
and this is a
Shut
totally
up.
fine by the book
It's not
thing, look,
weird.
the doctor even says so, is even more scummy and
I get
shitty.
high off my own supply.
嫌なことに気づいてしまった命の源お米が米袋の底に溜まってる程度になってしまってる
Nigga.
ついに今日で最後
I'm changing the diet of it. I'm trying to
最
get
後
it
の
right.
お米です
I'm trying to
はい
perfect the sauce. I'm trying to
工
perfect
夫
the
で
ingredients.
す
すると
What is that?
まずい
ドッグフードで
Dog
す
food? You better not. Oh my god.
Somehow,
What
the
are you
story keeps
doing?
getting more tragic. The rice that he won on the 20th day was
Can he
finally
cook it
running
now?
out, and he was unable to
Well,
win
he
any
needs to
more
eat it.
during this time. So he resorted to eating dog food. and dog food became the primary thing that he was eating.
Bro,
it was
this nigga
his
just
main
eating
diet.
dog food.
So he
bro.
was surviving off dog food. And another thing that I've seen brought up a few times that I also question is the legitimacy of like what shows up.
If it was
because
actually
it would have been
dog
very
food.
easy for producers to intercept things that Nasubi had won
And
if
then
they were too
change it.
helpful. Like I find it very odd.
Why are you
that
giving
the
me
only
ads,
thing
bro?
Nasubi won
I
in
have
terms
auto
of
ads, so no
clothing throughout
pre-rolls
all
when you
15
click
months
it. It's
was a
like to
pair of
help you, bro.
panties.
Like I don't
that
get nothing.
seems so
bro.
unrealistic. I really think
Relax.
there may have been
Don't
foul
beat my
play, and
ass,
this is just a
please.
conspiracy where the producers
Please.
intercepted clothes in order to keep him naked for the sake of the comedy.
I wish it was
of
for the
show.
bills. I'm broke
And
as
I
shit. They
think
don't
that
pay
there
me.
could have been a lot of
Twitch
cases
don't pay
like
me a
that.
dime.
There's also nothing that would have stopped them from sending things he didn't win, like dog food. He may have never like entered a dog food
did they
sweepstakes,
tamper
and
with
they could have
anything?
sent it to him in order to further humiliate and torture him for the audience.
They could have sent that nigga
There's
a
just
pair
so
of clothes.
much shit in here that is
But they could have took
beyond
that out.
cruel and unusual. Like it blows my mind that this
Subs?
is something that actually happened to a real human
Bruh,
being.
I'm gonna tell you how Twitch works. You have to make $100 a month. I mean, $100 to get paid off Twitch. So if you don't hit, it's like YouTube. If you don't hit 100, or the first YouTube is one time. Twitch every month you gotta hit that bitch. You gotta hit 100. If you don't hit 100, you're not getting paid. I've never hit 100, so I can't get paid. It's tough. I'm not complaining. One day. One day. Yeah, my
Luckily, he was
OnlyFans paid a
able to
deal.
win rice
I'll be on Twitter
3 months
promoting.
later. He won 10 kilograms of rice about
But I got a fat ass
3-ish
butt
months
for-
after mainly
if it ain't gonna
surviving
be
off dog
used
food,
to get
as well
something,
as a couple of
like
other
shit.
foods that he'd win here and there. But dog food for a
Maybe
while
this
was
one-
like
maybe.
his primary source
Maybe.
of nutrition.
Any gifters?
And then he finally gets rice
Go
again.
crazy. How you
Now,
doing, crazy?
It's been about 6 months-ish.
Hey, crazy.
And he is
Oh,
finally
I pissed on you the other day. I can't
halfway
wait to
to
do
the
it
goal.
again.
In 6 months, he reaches the halfway point. According to Atrocity Guide, he has submitted 38,000 entries by this point. 38,000
entries.
sweepstakes entries in 6 months, and he is only halfway.
Wait, he
to the
gets
goal.
stuff off of sweepstakes? Do they guarantee he wins it or something? Or how does this work? What if he don't win? I thought, what?
久しぶりだこの時ナスビは思った。
終わりですか
Look like he lost it, bro.
100万いったんですか
Hell no. Hell no. I came in here just to tell you.
意味がわからないんですけど全然うわ車
Bro, that room smells like straight ass and
で
balls.
もまあ全部揃ってるというか引っ越しっていうことなんで
Watch
す
your
か
leak vids on Reddit. I'm gonna go get
Just
water.
when you
now,
thought
bro.
it couldn't get more fucked
You get
up.
my text on
So what
Discord?
happened
Hell
here
no. What you,
is this show was so
what
popular.
did you send me, bro?
People eventually found
I
out
don't
where
open that
Nasubi
Discord. I'll
was
be on
being held.
my other one.
So there was paparazzi, reporters, and everything that all were crowding around the space. So the producers moved him to an
hell you
identical
saying?
space where no one would know where he was. It was super
Wow.
far away. It was like 5 hours away, I
Why?
believe. And this whole time, Nasubi thought, "Oh, I must have won," but it turns out he didn't. They were
They
just
just
moving
moved
him
him.
to continue
That's
the
fucked
game
up.
in a different location. It looks like
Just tell the
actual
nigga we're
kidnapping,
moving
and to a
lows.
certain extent it is. The entire time, Nasubi is kind of delirious. He hasn't talked to people in a long time.
The whole thing, he survives off sweepstakes and he has to make 1 million yen off it. Bro, how does he make 1 million yen? Are people like sending money into the show? Or he has to make 1 million yen off of the sweepstakes shit he gets. Like in total of the pricing. I'm confused. I'm good, and yeah, I've been playing it daily and after work. Yeah, get better so we can like throw a couple punches, but I'ma still fist you at the end of the day. I'ma
He
still
even
fist
says
you.
his mind
Leave
is
the
clouded
elbow
with
hanging out.
anxiety, and he's saying things that don't make any sense. He's unable to really talk to people or talk around people in general. He's like completely lost that ability due to
'Cause
right
he's
around 6
agoraphobic and
months
shit now.
in total
He's done.
isolation.
しかしこの企画が放送されていることを知らないナスビにプロデューサーは
もうなんか
演技担ぎ
じゃあ私のためってことですねこれは
身に余る光栄です。
The team told Nasubi that he was
Just
moved
watched
to
an
a
ad
new
now. You're giving
location
me two,
for
bro. I'm not
so
giving you
better
ads,
fortune at a new
nigga.
spot,
It's
because they
them.
didn't want to tell him the real reason that they
you
were
have Shaggy level
relocating
15.
him. So they came up with
Good.
that, and I'm pretty sure Nasubi doesn't believe them because he kind of
Just cause that nigga's 15, bro, don't mean I'm not gonna beat his ass. You can have all the perks in the world. I'm still gonna fist you. I'm still gonna put my fist in your fucking mouth
laughs about it, saying, "Oh, so it's for my own benefit."
and make you my
I
bitch.
think he's very well aware now that this is a
smell like
pretty
weed and
fucking
smelly
evil
ass.
team of producers here, and whatever reason they had for moving him probably wasn't for his own benefit.
That shit smell like a fucking Comic Con. That smell like Anime Con.
当選第1号国用のパーソナルデスク&チェ
That
ア
shit called.
操作しづらいんですよね、爪が。
They show the games off and shit.
爪がこんなになっちゃって。
His first
Jesus.
win in the new location actually is a fucking fat one. He gets a new desk, a new chair. They're both relatively expensive too, so
You
it's
ain't
a
get no
great
hoes with the
victory for
nails.
him. And he shows his nails.
He should paint 'em.
The nail growth
Nigga
is
like me gonna paint them.
outrageous. He
I'm not
hasn't
gonna
been
grow
able
them
to
out that
trim
long
them
if I'm
in
not gonna
about
paint
6
them.
months now. Like, he is genuinely a prisoner here.
Hot
and
pink,
it
preferably.
shows.
With this room switch, producers decided to offer a live web stream alternative, causing them to digitally follow Nasubi around with a joystick in order to censor his genitalia.
They followed him with a joystick. nigga try to get a sip of water if his balls is out.
This is in the late 90s.
Hell no.
I couldn't actually find a high quality clip showing how they censored the live stream or did the live broadcast.
Aaron's
So this
having
comes
he
from
need to bite his
Atrocity
nails
Guide
off.
as well. What they
I
did
always
is
bite
the
my
producers
nails.
had a whole team that was dedicated to following Nasubi around with
Always.
a joystick.
We will
like
see.
they're
Ain't no
playing
we
a
will
fucking
see. We know
arcade
that's gonna
game
happen.
with a
I got you.
sensor
I'm gonna look at that
to
message.
keep his dick and balls off the screen.
Black.
And
Pink.
they
Too
live
gay
streamed
for me.
him. They wanted to offer a real-time alternative instead of just doing like the weekly.
Nigga, if you do hot pink, like you a real nigga, like you a real man. Every dude putting black because they scared to take the leap. Take the leap. I'm getting the designs like Yachty. I'm getting a smiley face. I'm getting all types of shit.
Nasubi update with clips.
I'm getting
They
SpongeBob.
wanted
Like, I'm doing all
24/7
type shit.
Nasubi coverage for anyone that wanted to go watch.
If you gonna paint the nails, fuck
this
it.
was
Don't go
pretty
black,
innovative
nigga.
for its time. I think it's
You
definitely
scared
one
of
of
the
the
clear. You scared of the clear coat.
first like
Get some
actual
designs on
around the
it.
clock live streams that ever actually aired. It's
Niggas
pretty
pussy.
impressive.
ミラーインゼリーが当たってかれこれ2週間当選がない
ここまでね、当たんないっつうのもなかなか久しぶりの出来事でね。
Jesus.
車で移動。着いたところは
使っていいよ。
いいっすか。
ナスビのあまりの運のなさに見かけたスタッフは当然運の上昇を願い2度目の引っ越しを決めたのだった。
So Nasubi initially had a good string of luck at the new location. I believe, according to Atrocity Guide, he had done 17,000 entries and won decent stuff, but then hit a really bad cold streak, even ran out of food at one point. So the producers did move him again to another location to help him out in winning more prizes, I suppose. And it worked because he did win more prizes.
I don't even need to look no more. Shit, fuck that. I heard it from the bird himself. Blackmail pay and drain gang chain, and you pull the emo bitches. The fuck is a drain gang chain? I need to see this. What is a drain gang chain? Let me see. Please don't show no porn. Drain gang chain. This how you get the bitches? Oh, this how you get the bitches. I've seen these before. Yes. Yes. Nigga just put me on. I love emo bitches. Oh my god.
ビデオデッキを頭にぶつけ当選の。
I be seeing these emo Hispanic bitches. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my lord. And the Asian ones. Oh my god. And the black. Oh my god.
My.
Bro, this nigga just put me on.
ほんと10ヶ月ぶりにね、
Blade.
トイレットペーパーに触ったよ、本当に。
He finally wins food again and really
Damn, we
celebrates
ain't been
getting
wiping his ass. You know it smell. Oh my god. He ain't even had toilet paper. He was not
potato
wiping his
chips.
ass.
And he also gets a VHS player, which will be nice to go with the
Oh my
TV,
God.
assuming he ever wins a VHS tape to play it. But
It
I think
smell
the
like a
most important thing he
sauna.
wins here is
A
toilet paper.
sauna just full
This
of
is the
fat bitches.
first
in
time
it.
he's
Ass.
had toilet paper in his entire stay. 10 months so far. And to celebrate, he tries to take a shit just out of frame,
I
but was
don't.
unable to. So an unsuccessful mission there, but at least he finally has toilet paper.
At least he got a
それは
console.
8ヶ月前のこと
He can finally play the
6ヶ
game.
月前
Now he got entertainment.
Now this is by far the meatiest win he's gotten so far. A PlayStation.
Something
That's
entertainment.
pretty expensive, especially during this time period, and it also
It's
enables him to
1998
have
too.
real entertainment for the first time in 10 months. This is like a moment that's straight out of like Civilization, where you climb up the tech tree slowly but surely. 8 months prior to this, he won a PlayStation 1 game.
Bro, if he ain't shitted in 8 months, I mean, if he ain't wipe his ass in 8 months, how is he gonna know when to stop wiping his ass? It's just gonna be infinite shit on that tissue. That tissue paper will have infinite fecal matter. Like he just gonna keep wiping and wiping. Like he never
Didn't shit
know
to
when to
go,
stop.
which also had the
That's
special
terrible.
controller to go with it. Couldn't play it obviously at the time. 6 months ago, he won a TV. So he had a PlayStation game, a controller, a TV, but no console.
No console.
He finally got that
I'll
last
be
missing
pissed.
piece of the puzzle, the console, and is able to play PlayStation games now. Well, the single PlayStation game he's won. And what's really interesting about this is his first piece of actual entertainment he's had since being fucking imprisoned here. But also, and this was pointed out by Caleb, this would
No,
make
he
him
gonna need
the
a whole
world's first video game
fucking
live
variety
streamer,
pack,
because
like,
this is all
family
being
size
live
pack.
streamed. All of this is a live broadcast.
talking 32.
And he spent 4 straight days playing his PlayStation. So for
Excuse
4
me, I
straight
just
days,
farted.
he was being
Excuse me.
streamed playing a game. This man was the patient zero of streaming. He walked so Twitch could run.
一心不乱で電車2号に熱中するナスビ電車で号
Damn.
3日目に突入
He played so
PlayStation,
much
man. He
Din
banned
Shed to
it.
go that he had to ban himself from playing it further so he could focus on entering into more sweepstakes and getting closer to freedom. So he
That's
stopped
what I
playing the
was told,
game,
playing the
went
game.
back to writing entries, and he was able to do it. He pulled off the
Live like
last
that to
remaining
win
prizes he
prizes.
needed to reach.
Bro, he's not living like that to win prizes. He's doing that to get $1 million or 1 million yen, whatever the fuck that is. But he enters sweepstakes to have things like food and entertainment and all that.
It's
Type
that
of shit.
million yen mark.
He
を間違え
he
て
really
ダ
about
イヤ
that
に
side.
してくれてれば
I'm convinced he put a gay nigga in front of him. He gonna suck him off. He really about this side at this point.
タイヤが8万4000円つまり
Why did
現
he
在の
get
総額は
tires?
96万
Oh,
9114
they
円
get more money
The
strapped
tires
up.
put him extremely close to completing the
Smart,
challenge.
that's
He
smart.
was right at the finish line here, so
Yen
close
is money.
he could
I'm not a
throw
fucking
the Din Shed
idiot. I
to
know
go
what
disc
yen
right
is.
over
I don't know the
finish line.
conversion
Only a
rate.
couple more wins would
I don't
secure
know the
this,
conversion.
and he was able
That's
to pull
what
it
I'm
off.
saying.
The final item he won that put him over the 1 million yen threshold was a bag of rice.
You
But
think I wear a
Nasubi
helmet
didn't know
to,
he
to go
won.
to sleep?
It had
nigga?
been
You think I wear a helmet to the
335
bathroom?
straight days of
To piss?
constant, non-stop,
put my head in
relentless
the
filling
toilet?
out of sweepstakes in order to win these prizes. 335 days of torture, and Nasubi had finally reached the finish line,
It's like
but
8K.
didn't know it.
Bro, he's doing this for 8,000? This nigga doing this for 8,000 a year for 8 bands? Oh my god. 8 bands, bro? 1 million yen is 8 bands and he's doing this? Squid Games, that was racist. That there was racist. Is my chat on the screen? I haven't been seeing it. Yeah, it's not on the screen. Where's my chat? Did I delete my chat on accident? No, it's here. Where's my chat? My chat not showing on the stream. What the hell? Why doesn't my chat show, bro? Bruh. Wow, it's not showing. That's bull. I have the chat. It's supposed to be on the stream.
Oh, 祝いクラッカーで祝福
That's terrible.
100万になったってことですか？
Yeah, conversion from 1998. It's way more than that. Still not a big difference. Still not worth it.
11ヶ月と
$8,000
1日前に抜かされ
He finna run through that 8K in 2 months. off bills and all types. I'm guessing he don't have bills if he doing shit like this.
私の服ですね
Per
Bro, I wish my
usual,
chat
the
was on the
producers
screen.
come in
I'm
like
sorry.
a group of burglars during the night
It
and start
normally is.
popping
It's not
party
working.
poppers in his face, which scares the shit out of him and really confuses him. They eventually explain that he did win, he made 1 million yen, and they give him his clothes back. It's been 11 months and 1 day, and this is the first time Nasubi's putting clothes on in that
He don't
entire
like
time
it.
frame. So when he puts them on, he says that it's uncomfortable and itchy.
Of course. It's
But
itchy
he's
and
very,
uncomfortable.
very, very happy to be done with the contest and glad that he's completed it. But that's not where this story ends.
レベル骨付きカルビにナスビ悶絶
The producers took Nasubi to Korea, telling him it was a celebration for completing the game and for all of his hard
And they
work. So they
enslaved
went to
him
an
again.
amusement park. He ate a lot of great food. He had a wonderful, incredible time.
Took that nigga to North
And
Korea.
then
Now he
things
actually
got
enslaved.
real fucked up.
No.
そこは
No, bro. Oh my god, I'd off myself. Hell no, I'm not doing that. No. Fuck this. I'm biting my tongue off right there. In Grand Theft Auto in Minecraft. That's fucked up, bro. They better be trying.
韓国の検証だけで生きていけるか
Bro, don't do this to him, bro. Please. My god, dude.
ナスビ
He's on the
大
phone.
ショック
Don't do
Nasubi
this.
was
He didn't
making
sign
them
up for
far
this.
too much money. The producers weren't done suckling from this cash cow's
He
teeth.
get 8 bands
so
from this.
they
That's it.
trapped Nasubi in Korea. The goal this time wasn't
not going.
1 million yen. This time he was going to have to enter sweepstakes in Korea, which he didn't speak Korean, so he had to use a Korean to Japanese
He a real
dictionary to
bag getter. He
translate.
ain't getting no
His
fucking
goal was
bag.
to enter the sweepstakes,
He's getting
win
pennies.
prizes, enough to afford a plane ticket
Nigga,
from
I spent
Korea
half that
to
on my
Japan.
PC.
That
and my
was the
fucking
objective.
setup.
He was stripped naked yet again and forced
A
to
quarter of
endure
that,
the
nigga.
same
Come on.
torture that he had already
That is
endured for
retardation.
335 days prior. I would like to make a mention here. There is a moment where the producer says, if you don't want to do this, just say so. To which Nasubi responds, I'll do it. So
No!
I don't think they had ever
You're fucking
forced him
dumb.
against his will to complete
No one
these
forced him.
challenges, but
Nah, he just did
he
it himself. I don't
was
feel
pretty
bad
much
for him.
promised fame after doing these things. So, in the pursuit of Nasubi's big dreams,
He's like,
he
well, what
allowed
am I gonna
himself
do
to
after
be
this?
tortured
So he did it
mercilessly
again.
for
That's
15
fucked
months.
こんなにいっ
15 months
ぱい
again?
ということは商品総額が 47,800 円ということはゴール 46,900 円突破検証生活 in Korea
This time around, however, Nasubi went fucking plus ultra, straight up turbo mode. He had become
Turbo
a
on the-
master at this shit. So he was actually
Sweepstakes.
able to complete this challenge in just about 2 months, which made the producers
Oh,
very
2 months?
upset because
Holy
he didn't
shit.
suffer long enough. So
Yeah, he learned
they
all the tricks
increased
now.
the
Yeah.
challenge duration. They moved the goalpost. Instead of just getting a one-way ticket from Korea to Japan in economy class, they required him to get an additional 9,000 yen in prize winnings to upgrade that ticket to business class.
エコノミークラスという一番安い料金こんなに頑張ったのにエコノミークラスとはあんまりだ
Bro, he not
So
dumb.
who
He
did-
getting these. He getting this shit off. He really getting the
Business
bag.
class
Now. Now I see the bag chaser in him.
でも
Now
だ
I
と
really see the sack chaser in him.
9,500
He getting that too. He
頑
get
張れ
to
ナ
it.
スビ
That
Yeah,
nigga
more
get to it
scummy,
now.
evil shit from the producers here.
Fuck them.
They never even told him he initially completed the goal here. They just let him keep
Wow,
writing
they never
postcards
told
until
him.
he'd gather another
He didn't get to
9,000
choose.
yen. They didn't want him to win quickly. They didn't
I
really
like how
want
he
him
was.
to win it all because the longer he
Nice.
struggles and suffers, the
Hey,
more money
man.
they were making. So they let him just keep going and tried to
It was
spin it
their
as a
idea.
positive thing, like, look at how hard Nasubi's working. We're not going to let him fly in economy
You know what I
class.
mean?
So the new goal is business
Instead of
class
showing-
because
oh,
it's
God,
what Nasubi
2
would
months. Fuck that
genuinely
up. Fuck the challenge up.
頑張ったってこんなお茶
No, if I'm doing it again, you gotta give me some real bread. Like I want real
苦労
bread.
茶よ
50 bands, man.
ということは商品総額は 61,800 円ということファーストクラスにランクアッ
First class
という
flight.
ことは
Nice.
プゴールの金額もランクアップ
Nasubi
What do you mean
easily
rank the
gathered
goal
the
up?
remaining
Let him
9,500 yen after winning some expensive tea leaves, so he was absolutely slapping the producers' bottoms like he was going hog
He's
wild
beating
right
the fuck
now.
out of it.
So again, they increased the goal without
Up
ever
it
telling
again.
him. Now,
Up it.
business
Up
class
it.
wasn't good enough. Now is going to have
First
to be a
class.
first
What's
class
after that?
ticket,
He the
which was an
pilot?
additional 20,000 yen,
What
I
the
believe.
fuck?
which again was pretty quick for Nasubi to gather. He won a live octopus, a big picture frame, and was able to gather enough money through prizes pretty quickly to get that final rank up to first class passenger. So then he finally gets the ticket from Korea to Japan in first class, and it's over.
And the nigga gonna buy the plane, and they gonna lock that nigga in that bitch. And he gonna have to do another 15 minutes. Oh my fucking god. There's no way. Wait, oh, he thought they moved rooms. Whoa. The nigga got naked. They should have did something, bro. Bro, he's like, who are you niggas?
But the story wouldn't be complete without one more final act of cruelty towards Nasubi. They blindfold him, put noise-canceling headphones on him, disorient him, and drag him on stage into a
let him get ass
room
naked,
designed to look like the rooms that he'd been
let
staying
him
in
get
for the last 15 months.
Naked.
So out of pure instinct, he gets completely nude
naked
again. It's the only life he knows, so without ever being told to take his clothes off, he does it anyway.
Does it? Now he's
the walls
break
naked. Away, revealing a live studio audience
Frank
laughing
and the
at
beans
him
hanging
and
out.
congratulating him for completing the show. Nasubi is understandably confused because for 15 months he has been psychologically and physically tortured. So he doesn't understand what's happening, he doesn't get it, and is shocked, scared, and all around bewildered. It's just one more sick fucking joke from the producers.
That's
millions of people watching the finale, as well as thousands in person watching him, completely naked and completely.
And then they live streamed it. They said, "Fuck the you."
Like, or why. The
keeping
Life
up
of
with
Prizes was finally complete, and the entire show, Susanoo Denpa Shonen, was canceled pretty shortly after. It didn't have like a super long run after this, but the toll that this experience took on Nasubi's life obviously didn't stop with the finale.
See that 2022.
He reported being uncomfortable in clothes for about 6 months afterwards, and his social skills had obviously deteriorated. He said he was a lot more shy and not really able to be a comedian super well anymore because obviously he had been cut off for so long from people. He just kind of lost the ability to carry on conversations efficiently, and overall just became a lot more reserved as a result of this.
It's gonna be hard to get back.
Diary, the Nasubi Life of Prizes diary, like his journal. And that was a bestseller. That was a massive success. But he himself never achieved that level of fame that he was kind of promised with a show like this. He did have certain roles in other productions, and some of them pretty sizable roles in other productions, but never a massive success in Japan, even though this is like the most successful live stream in Japan's history. So just an overall extremely sad and cruel story. The main producer behind this show has gone on record and said he doesn't regret anything. He said his goal is to make miracles on film, and with Nasubi, he accomplished that goal. He did apologize to Nasubi, and Nasubi confirms that.
Apologize, nigga. Give me a bag. Fucking apology. Give me 500 bands right now. You know you made way more than that off that show.
Apologize to him, but
fuck that.
The apology only does fuck all. That doesn't make up for 15 months of lost human contact.
All that time, and health.
And
he's fucked up.
That's a nothing burger. But I guess at least he apologized, even though he made millions of dollars off the back of Nasubi's suffering.
Yeah,
but anyway, I wanted to share this story because I find it to be one of the most interesting ones when it comes to like live broadcast television as well as live streaming. This is one of the first live streams, and it was fucking bizarre. Extremely fucked up story. And yeah, I just wanted to share that with all of you. Thank you to Caleb and Chelsea for compiling a bunch of clips here.
Good thing
so
I
we
ain't
can
watched
tell the story as best as possible.
Good thing I ain't watched this.
Yeah, that's about it.
It was popping. You know that was making bread. Video. Please don't hate me, Mr. MoistCr1TiKaL. I know you hate reaction channels. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.